All leaders want to create great cultures for their organizations. In our leadership journeys, we often aspire and want to set goals for our teams like creating an innovative culture in our teams, building psychological safety, building a culture of accountability, and so on. Over the last few episodes, I have shared with you my thoughts on accountability, psychological safety, building growth-oriented, learning organizations, etc. But if we pause, step back, and reflect, we'll find that across all these topics, there is one common streak, and that is the word culture. Today, in the arena with Rajnish, I like to explore with you what culture really means in corporate context. To begin with, simply put, culture is the way things happen in your organization. Let's look at the example of Indian Armed Forces. What thoughts come to your mind when you see a soldier or drive through a cantonment? Is it discipline? Is it impeccable turnout and upkeep of resources? Time-bound execution of targets and clockwork precision? And above all, is it nation first, always and every time? Now let's look at what thoughts come to our mind when we hear the names of some of the corporate groups. What thoughts come to your mind when you hear the Tata Group? Is it corporate ethics and governance? Amul, is it cooperative freedom for the farmers? Wipro, is it values-driven leadership and philanthropy? On the other hand, when you hear Enron, do you think of accounting fraud that shook America? When you think of Satyam computers, do you think of manipulation of books? When you hear Volkswagen, do you think of cheating on the emission norms? Now let's look at it from a different lens. What if I ask you, company with a great work culture for employees? Do you think of Google? What if I ask you, company with innovative culture? Do you think of 3M? Do you think of Apple? Across all these examples, we'll notice that your organization's image and reputation is largely dependent on the culture you create. How you show up in tough times can often have a lasting impact on your company's perceived culture and values. Culture drives outcomes and performance, and therefore you need to set the right culture. And lastly, culture is a long-term investment. It has to be built slowly and painstakingly. You can't create a culture overnight. And when we look at all this, the culture in your organization is visible in the way people behave and operate when no one is watching them, in the way decisions are made in your organizations, and in the way your teams behave in challenges, under pressure, and when facing deadlines. We can safely say that culture actually defines the way your organization works on a day-to-day basis. And therefore, creating the right culture is so vital for leaders. And to conclude today, I would like you to introspect on what is the kind of culture you wish to create for your teams and where are you on that journey. In the upcoming episodes of Arena with Rajnish, we are going to dive deep to understand what corporate culture means and how leaders can build the same in their organizations. Till then, bye-bye, Jai Hind.